City Fan TV. Hope everybody is very well this evening. Just move my microphone a little bit closer. Here to give you an earlier than normal Manchester City news update. I'll take advantage of the light. Nice sunny, hot day. It's supposed to be about 34 degrees here today. Roasting. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we'll talk a little bit about the apparent bid for Jose Gimenez. We'll talk about Eric Garcia and the fact that some of the rumours about the bids that have come in for him, not very nice in terms of the money. Couto going out on loan. And we will also, who else are we going to talk about? I'm not going to talk about Koulibaly, guys. unless you bring it up, I'm not talking about Koulibaly just yet. Hi, John. Who else are we going to talk about? Let's see. I'm just going to open up my... Is anything else worth talking about? I might have missed one decent thing out. Garcia, Gimenez, they're the two. A little bit about Harry Kane. That was mentioned by Merson. I say it at the end because there's not a lot to say about that. So, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get through the news early because there's only a few of you on. I'll get through the news very early. And then we can have a nice old chat about the news and other stuff as well. Oh, I'll mention Mbappe because that's still there. Manchester Evening News are talking about that. And obviously Otamendi and what's City doing. So I'll start with Otamendi. Now, it's been reported that he has given his approval to go to for the move to Inter Milan. I think we said yesterday, La Repubblica said they're going to sign him for about 5 million euros. Going to take a pay cut. He's on 7 million euros a year. Apparently, that's about just under 140 grand a week at City, and he's going to be on 80,000 a week at the San Siro. That's 4 million. So he's taken a reported 3 million euro cut in his wages. How do you look at that? Well, he's 32 years old. City's got 1 year left, and he might be able to get 7 million. But if he went somewhere next year at 33, would he still get a big deal somewhere? I'm not so sure. A 3-year contract or something like that at Inter Milan works out at about 12 million. I think City might pay some of his wages, unless Inter give him a reasonable signing on fee. But I can see, I don't see why City might just say we'll pay 20 grand a week wages as well for him to help, sweeten the deal. What else? We're going to also talk about fixtures. So I'll talk about the fixtures now. Obviously, we're going to find out who our Carabao Cup opponents are. Crystal Palace or Bournemouth, they're playing tonight. And the game against them is next week. So we've got a game on Monday against Wolves, a game on Thursday in the Carabao Cup at home, fortunately. Then we've got a game at the weekend. And if we win our Carabao Cup game next week, second round is this week, if I remember correctly. Third round is next week. Fourth round the week after. So we could end up with 5 games in 13 days. That's just pathetic. It isn't right. It isn't fair on City. Excuse me. We've already had pretty much the least amount of break between our last game and the start of the season. First proper competitive game. And to have potentially 5 games in 13 days. I mean, if we lose next week, we've got 4 games in 13 days. Still, it's pretty rubbish. We all know it. So it's a punishing schedule for City. Couto, it's been reported that he's going to Girona on loan till the end of the season. If you remember, Couto is the Brazilian right back, 18 years old now. We bought him at 17. He's 18 years old. And he's been training with the lads, certainly for at least a week. He's under 17 World Cup winner with Brazil. And if you want to go and see the video I did with Mac about Couto, a lot of good stuff in there. Go and check it out. But Couto looks like he's going to Girona until the end of the season. That's been reported. I put that on Twitter as well. Fans returning. EFL have got pilots of up to 1,000 there, but obviously in areas where there's additional measures like in Greater Manchester, you can't have the pilot games. Let's have a quick drink. Wow. I'll talk about the Carabao Cup in a bit, guys. Come on, you've got to want some Koulibaly news. Come on, guys, surely. Corelio della Sport claiming Napoli or Aurelio De Laurentiis is standing firm with his asking price. That's it. Also, this report says City are looking at other centre-back targets because it's just too expensive. Grealish, he signed a new contract. We didn't want him anyway. Okay, Barcelona apparently, according to Mundo Deportivo, returned with a new bid for Eric Garcia after seeing the first bid rejected by City. Second offer will take the package up. They'll take €50 million. Now, Deportivo say City want nearer to 18. Do I believe Mundo Deportivo? I could believe Mundo Deportivo saying 50, but I mean, how do they know what City want? You know, but Barca are prepared to wait till next summer. Now, if you want to go and see the video I did on Garcia and what I think about that, go and check it out, guys. That's out there for you to watch as well. The Eric Garcia video. I'm not too best pleased with the lad. It's been reported by Lucas Scaglioli, pardon me, Lucas Scagliola, that there's a good chance that Sergio Aguero will be ready for the game against Wolves. Personally, you know my thoughts. I would rather he start on the bench and come on for a few minutes, just to make sure much time as possible. Patrick Roberts might not get an loan move to Middlesbrough despite a promising spell there last season. That's because Middlesbrough's boss Neil Warnock has admitted there are other areas he needs to prioritise in the transfer market. He said, "I think the problem with Patrick is we'd have to sign 2 defensive fullbacks to accommodate him, and I've got other priorities. I'd like to sign fullbacks and I'd like to sign Patrick, but I have to jiggle what I've got, what I can spend. At the moment, it's not priority to sign a wide player playing there." Wow. You know, I mean, look how much the guy's fallen down. He came from about 12 million quid from Fulham a few years back. He went off to Celtic. It was an 18-month loan. He did really well. When he come back, he should have knuckled down and fought under Pep to get into the team. Instead, he went back to Celtic, took the easy option. He's been taking easy options, and he's chucking away. But for me, you know, he's bumming around. Patrick Roberts had a lot of skill, and he's just bumming around, which is sad for him. But hey, you know, that's his problem, and he should have done something about that. What else? I'm not going to bother with it. I've got some more Koulibaly news. I'm not going to bother. Jose Maria Gimenez, latest. Now, it was said that City put an £82 million bid for him. Now, this was in AS. And but an overall package of about 86.5 million, which is about probably at the time 100 million euros. It's probably dropped a little bit because of the exchange rate, but Atletico want nearer to 120 million, which is his release clause. So Marca said there's no bid. Atletico have no intention of selling, and the player's happy at the club. So you know what can happen. Dubious. It sounds very interesting, but it does sound a little bit dubious. Now, a report here. I'm just reading a little bit about Eric Garcia. I've just picked up this report to say that Barcelona still intend to sign Eric Garcia this transfer window, according to their sporting director Ramon Planes. Now, obviously, City pinched Garcia from La Masia back in 2017. We've had him for 3 years. He's now a first-team player. I mean, Carlos Puyol, Barcelona, great. He was his agent involved in that, and a lot of unhappy people at Barcelona. But City want around 20 million. So 20 million euros, I think that'll do it. And maybe with the add-ons. Okay. Now, the question is, have Barcelona got the money? And I've said in the past, have a look who Barcelona have signed so far. There's a few weeks left of the transfer window. Lautaro Martinez. Now, Barcelona holding out on Lautaro Martinez as well because of they can't afford it. And if they wait till the end of the window, maybe they can get him on a little bit cheaper. Are they going to do the same with Garcia? Now, this is what I'm going to call him Planes, said. I'm sorry if I got it pronounced it wrong. He said it's true that we are looking for someone to help us in defence. Eric Garcia is a great player, made in Barcelona, who loves the club. But whether or not he can join depends on the market. The club's idea is to build a young side alongside players who have given a lot to the club. Eric has that profile. Now, I don't know. I mean, there's the rumours that, Garcia said he wants to stay at City. He's not said he wants to leave, but I think he only said that after it looked like we might be getting Messi. And maybe City feel like they can turn his head back towards City. But personally, my feelings, I wouldn't play him if he's not signing the contract. That's it. You're not going to play for us again. You don't like it? Tough. Harry Kane... Paul Merton said, why haven't United or City signed Harry Kane? Why? He's 27 years old. Okay. Yes, he scored a lot of goals. He's had a couple of injuries, but he basically scored a lot of goals ever since he started. 143 Premier League goals, 2 Golden Boot winning campaigns. But he's never won a trophy. So why hasn't he come? And Merson said, I'm probably Harry Kane's biggest fan after his mum and dad. I look at him and I think, what are you going to win at Tottenham? He's one of the best in the business at scoring goals, but he's scoring 30 goals a season and not getting chances to win trophies. What's the point in being there? I just cannot believe nobody has come in for him. What am I missing? Man United are crying out for a goal-scoring centre forward, and if I'm being honest, I think Man City are too. If Sergio Aguero gets injured, they miss too many chances. Aguero is 2 shots, 1 goal. Harry Kane is a very, very talented, hot goal scorer. He knows where the net is. Would you be interested? Right, let's go through your comments. So there's 10 minutes of chat about City, and then we go through the comments. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Hey, Jason, the Bill, ABC TV. Yusri Rosidi, Koulibaly saga was so boring and takes so long. But City must take Uber can transfer more better transfers. Yeah, look, for me, yeah. If Napoli want to play hardball, move on. I wouldn't play the under-21s, Jason. City will play some youngsters. Let me look at last season. We played people like Taylor Howard-Bellis, Eric Garcia, Tommy Doyle got a run out, and so did Phil Foden. So that's 4 kids. And when they played last season, I think they were all under 20 years old. So I don't have a big issue with that. And I can see Howard-Bellis, possibly Tosin Adarabioyo if he hangs around. Maybe Tommy Doyle again. Maybe Owen Cole Palmer. Sorry, I was going to say Owen Paul. Cole Palmer. Maybe Jaden Braff. Maybe 1 or 2 other interesting people. Ben Knight. Pablo Moreno. I think that's his name. The kid we got, 18-year-old kid we got from Juventus. And I probably missed 1 other out. I'm trying to think. There is another one. Names escape me, but it's a good opportunity to play some kids, but I'm not going to play the full kids team. We want to win the trophy. I mean, look, last season that's all we won. Hi Faris, hope you're well. Ikram, Carabao Cup should be scrapped, or at least for Premier League teams in Europe. They've even started a new I was going to talk about that. The second Europa League, whoever wins the Carabao Cup enters that tournament. Yeah, it's all about money. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. So just focus on winning it. We won't be in the Champions League. We won't be in it. Yeah, Faris Garcia's done us wrong, I think. The fact that he said he's not going to sign a new contract, well, that's fair enough. We all thought he's going to then go to Barcelona. Then when Messi looks like he's coming here, he turns around and says, well, I'm going to stick around for the season. I didn't say I wasn't going to sign it. I was going to leave this summer. And the thing is, I've said it before, what's the point keeping somebody who's not going to be here after 1 more season, who's holding up a spot for somebody else, who's stopping somebody else's development, and he's costing us a lot of money. And if we sold him for 20 million, okay, we get that 20 million. We'd save his wages, which is, I suspect, at around 2 million a season. And we wouldn't have his amortization is minuscule, but we wouldn't have to pay his wages, and we would get that transfer fee. And if we stays another season, we get nothing. Torres is going to be ace. I hope so, Blue Chanday. It looks like I can see your new avatar there, blue. That's that Spanish fella. That was a very short Koulibaly bit. Well, Faris, so we're all sick and tired of Koulibaly right now. Faris, do you think Torres will have the same season as Mahrez when he came? No. We need all players to hit the ground running, which is, I think, he'll have a better season than Mahrez' first season. If he gets the same number of minutes as Mahrez, I think Torres will be better in that first season. I saw more of Mahrez because obviously he was in the Premier League, but I've seen enough in Torres to make me feel reasonably confident that under Pep, he might not hit the ground running, but he'll get up to speed very, very quickly. He's playing for Spain. He got up to speed with Spain, didn't he? Was it an assist and a goal in his first 2 games? So I'm not so concerned about him. Faris, that is a problem, Faris, for me. That's a huge concern. Where is Pep? What's he up to? Why isn't If you said he hasn't been here because he was working on the Messi deal, I say fair enough. I absolutely say fair enough. Don't have an issue with that. Or if he's not been here because he's been trying to get Gimenez to sign, or Diego Costa, or somebody, I say fair enough. If they believe the personal touch will make the difference, fair enough. Obviously, there are issues as well for players, fans, managers. Look, he lost his mother 6 months ago. It's a tough time, not even 6 months ago. It's a tough time all round. So, maybe they feel they need to give him it might hamper it probably does hamper our season, but maybe they feel they need to cut him a little bit of slack so that he's raring to go this season, because we want him to stay. And he does hold the cards. Bergchan, you reckon he's going to hit Torres is going to hit the ground running and be a star player? I don't think he'd be a star player. I think KDB might. That's what Torres might have a few. Faris, do you think Pep has planned things while he was off to Barca? Surely he had planned something for a season like this. I don't know, honestly, Faris. Really don't know. It's possible for him to underestimate and go in. Yeah, that's what concerns me. It just feels we're underprepared, undercooked. We're definitely undercooked. I mean, that's something you couldn't do anything about. But it just feels a bit of a lethargic, nonplussed start to the season for us. Yeah, Faris, that'll be this week, his first press conference. So we will bring you details of his first press conference. Not live, but it'll be just after he's done it, within an hour or two of him doing the press conference. And hopefully, I'll have some Wi-Fi then. Guys are coming out supposedly on Thursday to sort out our Wi-Fi. So hopefully we'll have the Wi-Fi, put the big telly out. Really cool to have some Wi-Fi for a change and stop using my phone, which obviously I can't help it, but you don't get the best stream. Sonson Jack, I feel City squad are not ready yet for this season because City doesn't sign a proper right-footed centre-back, left-back, an aggressive defensive midfielder and a third striker. Well, it depends how you want to look at it. I mean, I've always said, look at last season. We finished 18 points behind Liverpool, I think. But look at those games. I'll still say this. Look at those games we drew 2-2. There's 3 of them. We should have won them all. No question about that in my book. That's 6 points. And you might say, well, that's only 6 points. You'd have finished 12 points behind. But there's a lot of games that we did not do ourselves justice. The Wolves game, you're winning 2-0. You're down to 10 men. Fair enough. But you've only got... Sorry, we should have won that, in my opinion. And that makes it 9 points. That Chelsea game, should have won that. Gabby Jesus had a great chance. We had the chances, not Gabby Jesus, Sterling. We had the chances to win that Chelsea game. And suddenly you think, well, that's 12 points. We lost twice to United. What's going on? If you look at the games we've lost and drew, you just think, hang on, what you on about? So, it's disappointing, but fine margins. It's not going to take much of a leap to get us back into the 90s. Then we need another leap step forward to get up to 95 to 100. It's not going to be easy. Why sign a defensive midfielder? To be honest, Faris, I'd have had, my love, Ismail Benasser. Colin Stoll, I think City put the whole Gimenez room. Colin, Gimenez ain't going anywhere. I think Patrick Roberts supposed to be the English Messi. Blue Chanty, it's a disappointment. Sonson, one more thing, I believe if City wants to sign Haaland, the City should have an agreement in place. Yeah, but the thing is, Sonson, his contract, hasn't he got a release clause of 60 or 80 million quid or 80 million euros? Why would you be offering 120? I think, Ikram, I've always said rule him out because of Mina Raiola. Now he might change his agent or City might decide to deal with him, but I can't see it. And where do you think Haaland would go? Real Madrid? It sounds like the right place for me. Not say it's the best place, but it just seems like a right way to go. GRX, worried that Liverpool will be in the best position since they put out in the same 11. No changes, whereas we are still waiting to strengthen if the margins are small between first and second this time. Yeah, I agree. It's critical, GRX. I'm just hoping, that's the first thing we just got to get. That's why I picked no City players for my fantasy league team. Can't do it because we've got to get past Wolves. Yes, I want Aguero. Yes, I want KDB. Yes, I want Raheem Sterling, but I put nobody because it's a tough old start to the season. Wolves off to a winning start, and obviously they've got a little bit of game time under their belt. How come you haven't heard anything about captaincy? Yeah, Ikram, that's a very good point. I think it's going to go to KDB. Can't see it going anywhere else. We've only got a week to go. Who else can it go to? Faris, I don't think Pep went to sign Messi. He rarely interviews on transfer. I think he just wanted a holiday. Yeah, look, the guy needs a break. Look, if City were concerned about his personal, what's the right word? Not mental state, but, how he was feeling and felt that he needed a little bit more time. Himself to be ready for the season. Maybe that's the reason to give him more time. But obviously, as fans, we will look at that as a reason to put the boot in if we struggle this season. It's always the way. For whatever reason, if we don't fire this season, people will blame Pep. People will blame this incident or that. They just pick on something and say that's the reason. It's not always as simple as that. Absolutely, Ikram. Catalonia is his home. Faris, we can't stand losing to Liverpool again this season because we haven't paid an extra 5 or 10 million. Yeah, look, but if you watch that Garcia thing I did, I said, look, we've lost, let's say 50, or let's say about 15 million quid on the rebate to the TV companies. We're losing 9 million a season from the China deal. That's 24 million. So we're 24 training. We're trying to save every penny. We just missed out on 24 million quid. And that's just those two. That's not even taking into consideration the money we lost on the gate, which might have been about, let's say, 12 million. That's something like 36 million quid we're short. 36 million quid. Now, we've got the capacity to cope with that, but you can understand why they're, haggling over the price. If we're with 36 million quid out of pocket this season, and also if there's no fans next season, we'll be 60 million quid out of pocket off at least 55. So, over the space of a year and a half, we could be 100 million pounds down. Who's paying for that? It's not Sheikh Mansour. So we've got to sort that out. Hi, John. What do you think stops Messi now asking him to take a pay cut? Messi's situation, I understand that. He's been there 20 years since he was a kid. But sometimes, you got to accept when enough is enough. Ikram, I saw that earlier. If they want him to take a pay cut, force him out of the club. Paris says we should have won Spurs twice, Crystal Palace, United, Liverpool at Anfield, Newcastle, Wolves, second leg, Chelsea, Norwich, all games that were in our hands here. The Norwich game, we were poor, okay? The Norwich game, we were poor. But the 3 draws, we got 2 all draws. We should have won each of them. That's 6 points. 6 points. Okay, and that Wolves game, that's, even if you say we got a draw, that's 7 points. And the United games, come on. We were you know, and the funny thing is, I don't think we were firing enough, but we had enough. Easily 10 points. Would have been in the 90. If we'd got 91 points, so Liverpool got 99, would you have taken it easy? Would you have accepted last season, dropping down from 98 points to 91 and them staying at the same level? Would you have accepted losing the league a little bit more readily if Liverpool had got 99, we got 91? I think we need to realise City won't be spending big. Hope Aki exceeds our expectations and our injury record is better than last year. Can't see Liverpool being so lucky again. I hope not. But I want us to be, I don't want it to be that they lose a load of players from injury or something. I want us to be better than them, not them dropping down because of injuries. Absolutely, Akram. When we concede, we are in trouble. Liverpool, let's be honest, if they're 2 or 3 down, you think they can still come back. If City are 3 down, can you honestly see us coming back? 2 down? We're struggling at 1 down. With the amount of games, no human can remain that pace and intensity with that amount of games. Absolutely. Hi, Maxime Belozerov. Yeah, we lost every game we conceded first except against Leicester. There you go. That's got to change. It's got to be mentality. It can't be anything else. It can't be we're not good enough. It's got to be mentality. The Bill ABC TV, I hope it comes to City. You've done that a few times. Forest and Southampton and Madrid, Maxim. Yeah. United at Old Trafford in the league was the worst of the lot alongside the 3-2 Norwich City game. Yeah, we've had some bad ones, Ikram. John Rowland, what about Conor Cordia's cheap stopgap? We don't want cheap stopgap. We want quality. That's the truth. We want top quality. I don't want to do stopgaps. We've done that before. Like when we got Wilfred Boney, that was a stopgap striker and it didn't work for us. So no, I don't want I'm as a stopgap. What else have you guys got to say? I'm just going to stick this out on. We do have a Facebook. I lost the old Facebook. We lost that because I'll tell you a story. About that because we had between, I think we had over 6,500, nearly 7,000 followers or likes. So it was really, really good. But we got busted. We got busted by Facebook, and it's a unusual one. As I said, we had, I don't know if anybody grassed us up or they picked up on it. Could easily be some. Not got away wild, ever since we set up, so over a year, and we got busted because the name of the channel, it wasn't a human name. I think it was Man City. I think that's it, something like that, and they busted us because of that. I thought it was a little bit harsh. It was a Man City fan channel, but I think they wanted a human being behind it, even though they're all robots and you can't get in touch with them. They wanted a human being as the name, and so they busted us and closed the Facebook account down. So we've had to start again on Facebook, and obviously starting again, it's not the same. It takes a while, as I found on Twitter. It takes a while to start all over again. It's it's certainly not anywhere near the 6,000 or 7,000 level. I'm gonna have a look, see if I can see how many likes we've got. But I don't like messing about with this. We got 284 follow our channel. It's not a lot. It's not like the 6,000 or 7,000 that we used to have. That's where it is, guys. Now, when you start the second time round, you don't get the same level of followers. Last minute or two. Why can't we go for Evans? I don't think he'd come, and I think it's another stopgap, Faris, and Ikram's right. We need better than that. Amusu Gerard, thanks Don't know what for, mate. Samson Jack, the reason why I said for City to play 120 million for Haaland is because Real Madrid wants him to sign him, but if we pay more, he will get. No, that doesn't. It doesn't work like that. He can just say, if the release clause is 80 million, you pay 80 million, you can talk to the guy, and we might offer more, but he might turn around and say, nope, I want to go to Real Madrid. I'm not going to go to City. You asked for 80 million. Real Madrid are offering 80 million. It can be done like that. Faris, better than it might be. I'm hoping we don't get Diego Carlos, Faris. I'm hoping that we get someone like Gimenez, someone like Upamecano, or even Khalid Koulibaly, dare I say it. Faris, I wouldn't say better, but he's more experienced. He's in the Premier League. But I mean, look, how bad is it that we're looking at someone like Johnny Evans as a improvement to what we've already got? Koulibaly versus Gimenez, Ashish. Right now, I'd still go for Koulibaly. You know, I think he's got that experience, and we'd get a good player for hopefully 3 or 4 years. Who knows? But we need to do something. We can't just carry on. Check a couple of things before I disappear, guys. Let's see. Yeah, Eric Garcia videos have been doing all right. But please, if you know, once you finish watching this video in the next minute or two, if you can go and have a look at the Eric Garcia one, it'd be really good. And put your comments in there. Oh yeah, Gimenez will be around longer. Faris, he's 25 years old, so we could have someone for 7 or 8 years, who you'd like to think will get better. Koulibaly, is he going to get any better now at 29? He might get better up here, but his legs are going to start to slow down. So you know, you give some bit give and take. Absolutely, Faris. I think that's the way. 3 years is, John. I don't think it's a stopgap. I don't think 3 or 4 years is a stopgap because of who else we've got coming through. You know, we've got Taylor Howard-Bellis, who's 18 years old now, 18 or 19. We've got Tosin, who's in his early 20s. If they could make it, that 3 or 4 to make it, or for us another youngster to come through, or for us to buy somebody else like Deo Upamecano. I don't understand that, Ashish, either. But my feeling is, look, for a start, it's going to cost more for Gimenez. But also, I think that could easily be just a made-up thing, Ashish, to get De Laurentiis to do the deal. Catch up on Kane, Rachel. Well, to be honest, Rachel, that was a comment. There were comments from Paul Merson. It was comments from Paul Merson, and he said Kane's 27 years old. He's scoring 30 goals for a team that's got no chance of winning anything. And why aren't Man United and Man City interested in him? I don't think Kane would go. I've said it before. I don't think he'd go this season. I think he'd give one more. I think what he would have liked to have had as a full season with the and see where they ended up. But he's not. I don't think Jose Mourinho's going to do. The best he can hope for is top 4 with Spurs. If they're lucky a cup, that's it. You know, and but I think it's his last season. I think it's his last season, especially if they finish outside the top 4. He's got to want to move on. He's got to want to win something. Absolutely, John. That's the issue. Pep won't give the kids a go, and that's what worries me. That's what frustrates me and sometimes annoys me. Right, guys, I think that's my lot. It's 7:40 here in Paris, and we've done the 30 minutes. I think I will, until the season really kicks into action. You know, I'll cut the evening streams because there's not a lot going on. Let's be honest. When it was Messi, yes, you can talk for an hour. When the season starts, yes, you can talk for an hour. There's a lot of stuff going on. 30-40 minutes is probably going to be what we're going to do. And that also leaves me time to put other videos out like the Eric Garcia one and do interviews with other people. Last few comments. Andrew says, I agree, Kane's going to go through his career without winning anything unless he moves on. Colin, I spoke online with Manchester News sports writer today. That's Simon Bajowski. He says Upamecano is unlikely. Shame, I like him. Who, Simon Bajowski or Upamecano? Gimenez is an injury prone. He doesn't play a full season, says Sonson. With that injury, that's all my concern. I'm kind of start thinking about Ruben Diaz as an option. No one's mentioned him yet, but I'm sure in the next day or two, someone will mention Ruben Diaz as an option. We need Koulibaly, says Amusu Gerard. Take care, Ikram and Faris. Take care, everybody. Stay positive. We've not lost yet, but it could come on Monday. By the time we play on Monday, we could be bottom of the season, and then it'll be Pep out. Guys, take it easy. We'll catch you tomorrow. Stay safe. See you around, Blues.